emphatically he's looking for his second champion's title. Shabri looking for his first.
This is the first time that Anton Shelberdy has been beyond the round of 16 of the Champions event. And look at how he's played. Look at that second round win against the world #1, Wang Chuqin, without concession of a game. And then beating his own teammate, Truls Moregard, in the semi-final stage. $30,000. And the big trophy in the centre to be lifted into the rafters of the Infinity Arena. Let's remind ourselves of this incredible moment where Lin Shidong beat Ma Long at the China Smash. The moment Lin Shidong became the smash hit.
Potentially passing of the baton moment there, and he took on the Dragon. Unbelievable comeback from 8-4 down in the 7th. But here, against the third ever European to reach the final of the Champions. And look at the fan vote, lastminute.com. The Swedes have believed here.
It has been going back and forth, this one. And you just about concluded that Anton Shelberdy is going to win it. You're watching World Table Tennis, you're watching the Infinity Arena, you're watching the WTT Champions in Frankfurt. Are you watching history in the making?
No flashlight, please.
Can Anton Shelberdy become the first from his nation ever to win a Champions event?
Lavo. Last one.
Stylistically, what are we to expect?
Fireworks. Two right-handed, shake-handed attacking players who really look to limit as much time as they can.
1-all.
Lin Shidong's backhand is one of the biggest talking points in the world of table tennis right now. It is the best backhand in the world. And his forehand isn't bad either.
How can that backhand be restricted if you're Shelberdy?
By varying as much as possible, by playing into the middle with good quality to make it a guessing game.
Let's just remind ourselves that Lin Shidong is only 19. He's still in the embryonic stages of a career that is frankly a frightening prospect. He could dominate like few have ever had the capacity to dominate.
Yeah, he's Wang Chuqin's biggest concern. It'll be interesting after the point reset to see if Lin Shidong will become the world #1. Wang Chuqin hasn't won an event since the Saudi Smash, where he defeated Lin Shidong in the semi-final.
Lin Shidong comes to this match today having won 28 of his last 29 in WTT competition. Just that loss in the semi-final of Montpellier to Felix Lebrun. That's the only one.
And it was a scarring one, 4-0.
Let 3-all.
And yet he seems to have healed from those scars pretty quickly.
He went over to Muscat, didn't he, straight away? Won the title there.
3-4.
Not just a formidable force in singles, but also with mixed doubles with Kwai Man. Really is a prodigy.
Now let's just look at the other side of the coin for a moment. Anton Shelberdy, 27, the winner of an Olympic silver medal with his team in Paris. A remarkable triumph for the Swedes. He's also been a World Championship medalist.
An incredible year for Team Sweden, winning the European Team Championships as well in Malmö. First time that they've won that in 21 years. Oh, wow. Striking.
And that is one of the many reasons why this young man is so brilliant.
He's so hard to even get into the rally with, but when he's there, when he's at mid-distance, he's able to play some unbelievable shots.
Breathtaking start, this.
Net 3-8. Net 3-8. Net 3-8.
One more let here and that'd be new ground.
8.
Oh, wow. He faked top spin with the first backhand. He so smoothly just rolls over the next. Here's that rally again. Managing to find the crossover section there with his trademark shot.
Kallberg, we should point out, has a 100% record in finals. 3 have been attempted, 3 have been won. In WTT competition, 2 contender events in Tunisia. Also won the Croatia Open 5 years ago.
5-9.
But he's up against a player who has won 4 titles this season. He's also won 6 of the last 8 points.
5-10.
And he has 5 game points.
Net 5-10.
It's every bit the imposing start that one might have expected from that young man, Shidong, winning the first 11-5.
Beautiful timing on all of his shots here. Tough for Anton Kallberg to get into his stride.
有点速度，给他个中间这儿，你看到吧？不一定飞得特别直，我给他中间这儿，他就行。他这儿一放慢，我再下去这一下就行。包括有时候这种软球里头，第2下感觉不行不舒服，跟我摆了，他上来老想这种去拧你，瞄着你，我直接捅过去了，捅到中间或者捅到反手都行。他第1板线反手拉这一下的时候，有时候有意识，有时候老想给你中间趴你反手这样抽，他往中间稍微注意点，过一下就行了。给你反手这一下，我合适背了，我抽他，不说这我快撕这一下都没问题。包括这我发球里头，一个是侧拳。一个是这种转不转，发他反手位置都行。注意他这种有可能他会挺长，完了之后你一拉他就反手放出乱抽，这个最紧要的，是吧？啊，很好很好啊！对，来进攻前接啊！
Lots of encouragement given there for Shidong, and not much encouragement on serve so far for Anton Kallberg. 12.5% of points won.
Second game, Kallberg to serve. Love all.
We go to game number 2.
Let love all.
There's a lot to do here for Anton Shellberg. These best of 7 matches are harder to win, but maybe Fraser easier to mount a comeback in. You have got a little more time.
Swings and roundabouts, but we saw that serve success. He's really got to look to improve that here.
How might he do it?
I think perhaps more quicker serves. He needs to continue to serve short for the most part, but stamp through it more. Escapes there. And you mentioned the Olympic feat for the Swedish men's team in that semi-final. That comeback that Shellberg did against Haramoto was magical. So if he can come back like that, he can come back here. Still very early doors.
He is taking on somebody on a 9-match winning streak.
Since the Asian Championships, where he lost to Tomokazu Haramoto in the final this season, he's been back to his best again in Shidong.
Net 2-all.
There's a quality to the young man that is highly useful, which is, it seems, an ability to get over losses quite quickly, even when they're hard ones.
Yeah, he hates losing in Shidong. He's so meticulous. But he's able to brush it aside. Oh, what a receive. That was delightful.
I mean, what do you do about that?
Precision that takes. The margin for error is close to 0. And it's so tough to tell where to meet the ball. So tough to tell that serve's coming. It was a deceptive one from Shellberg. He has more of the fan support in here, the Swede.
Yes, he's got such a great association with this country, hasn't he? As he said, tongue-in-cheek, after one of his victories to the crowd, he said, oh, I've been here for a couple of years now. bit longer than a couple of years. Oh, no! I mean, if you're Anton Shellberg, how must that feel?
He's just been burgled. That is daylight robbery from Lin Shidong. But yes, the German fans, I think, can take some comfort that 2 of the Dusseldorf stars, Shellberg and Dang Cho, managed to make the final of the Champions. 2 of the 3, including Felix, who was the first European to ever win one in Montpellier.
It really does say so much about the quality of club play, of league play in Germany, doesn't it?
Legendary, iconic teams like Düsseldorf, Saarbrücken, Ochsenhausen.
But now they meet here in the Champions event in Frankfurt, and it is a different matter entirely.
6-5.
The pressure is enormous. This is a global stage.
This is the platform that inspires players to work hard and dream big. That's one that Shellberg would like to forget. Amazing feeling with the chop block. A lot of residual spin to deal with there.
6-all.
We can't forget here as well that if Anton Shellberg wins this match, he will make it to Fukuoka, to the finals, as 27 in the race.
That would be so clutch for him. Would feel almost as impressive as Satsuki Odo winning the Champions on her debut at a Champions event.
6-7.
Jorgic will be watching this one, no doubt, to see if he's packing his bag or not.
Oh, dear, we haven't really spared a thought for poor old Darko Jorgic. And as you mention it now, yes, what's he feeling watching this one? He's the one in 16th place.
8-6.
He's the one waiting to see if Anton Shellberry pulls off the fairy tale in the home of the brothers Grimm. Now, which way is this tight game going to go?
9-6.
Such a handcuffing shovel serve here. Shellberry tried to dig it so deep.
Shidong has turned a tight game into one that is looking comfortable.
Jaw dropping from Shellberry here. Finish with some swagger.
That 7-10.
Brilliant return, brilliant performance, brilliant young man. He's 2 up. Such decisiveness, an acute angle. A brilliant start. He's halfway to victory, 11-7 in the second. Well, let's remind ourselves of the bigger picture, the race to the WTT finals. These are the players who have qualified, and you'll get to enjoy watching them in Fukuoka. The top 16 go. It's going to be past, present and future. Youngsters coming through, global stars, and Darko Jorgic hoping to be among them. But on the right of the picture, Anton Shellberry hoping to take centre stage with an improbable win here.
Time.
The 1,000 ranking points of a Champions event can see you leapfrog up the rankings, even as someone who's in the top 20 in the world already.
What a pleasure to have such a great crowd here at the Infinity Arena in Frankfurt, and to have your company wherever you're watching from. Thank you for being part of world table tennis. Thank you for supporting these two fabulous players. Dear, 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 dear. I mean, Shellberry gave every last bit of strength.
The 360 pivot, the fish. Lin Shidong taking no prisoners. You wonder whether it's going to be like the Macau final. Zhang Cho, the former Europa Meister, wasn't able to score a game against Lin Shidong there. Are we looking at the new world #1? First man from his province to even represent China.
That itself is a marvellous story. Lin Shidong from Danzhou in Hainan province. It's a city in the northwest of an island province. The city has a population of 950,000. It's quite a small city by the standards of the People's Republic of China. Hainan Island and over 200 other smaller islands make up the province. And as you said, Fraser, the first ever from that province to join the national team.
Bet 3-2.
Well, let's just look back for a moment and enjoy this again. What a piece of play. The opening point of the game.
Look at his movement. We're looking at a 19-year-old here who is playing like a seasoned veteran. So many iconic elements of the Chinese legends that came, saw and conquered, just bleeding into his game. He plays like Ma Long in some areas, Fan Zhendong in others. He's looking to write his own story, Lin Shidong.
Every time that you say he's 19, I keep wanting to correct you and remind you that he's 29. It's just, you are right, he is only 19. It's ridiculous.
There's something in his personality as well, his aura. He acts like he belongs out here and he demands respect.
And his judgment, his decision-making, whether it's the first point of the first round, whether he's 3-love up, whether he's level in a tough game, he makes the right decisions.
He does. He's got the power, but he doesn't rely just on the power.
4-6.
When you think of his best shots of choice, you think of his biggest, you think of the flick, the backhand, how good he is at counter-looping away from the table, but his shot selection, he knows exactly when to bring out each specific weapon. And Wang Hao, 3-time Olympic finalist, the head coach of the Chinese men's team, is licking his lips with the prospect at hand.
4-7.
Again, it's another stellar piece of decision-making and execution.
He knows he has to adjust his receive position to stand in the middle to make that serve more returnable.
Timeout, Kallberg.
Well, Anton Kallberg has decided it's time for a rethink.
Det känns som att när han kör skotserven på det, att bara hitta den kanske bara ner något av hörnet. Ja, han kör kanske komma runt hela vägen och gå för en checkflip och se om du får bra träff på den. Annars, alltså det är okej. Det är 2 längre bolldueller som du missar och inte vinner. Jag försöker att när han spelar i löst i mitten att verkligen jobba på den efter egen service framförallt. Alltså. Men det känns ju bra. Det känns som att det är ganska bra att serva den sida över en kort på den på den. Han inte har varit så aggressiv på den hittills. Du får prata och vinna. Och försöka komma upp i så mycket nivå som du kan. Gå för returen. Skön den, bara komma runt hela vägen och spela. Kör vi Anton. Krigar vi nu. In med oss, kör vi nu.
We must remind ourselves as we stare out at the Infinity Arena and the fans enjoying every moment of this men's singles final, that whatever the outcome is for him, for Anton Kallberg, he's already done something that has never been done before by anyone from his nation. This is already a triumph.
He's worked so hard to get the exposure that he deserves in singles. It's been a long time coming for Anton Kallberg. There's been a lot to the performance that you're seeing here.
He said, Shilberry, several years ago that he was too happy with himself, too happy with the situation, didn't know how to get better, hadn't thought hard enough about it. What a change.
8-5.
And what a brave thing to say, to admit that, to confront yourself and to come out fighting, determined to improve.
He's a noble player, Anton Shilberry. Fantastic ambassador, great sportsman, very humble.
6-8.
He's come from a long line of Swedes, and Sweden, as well as China, the most iconic team in the 21st century in the men's game. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time to get used to the fact that you're there in the Big Four.
7-8.
It's the players that they've had, and I think this is a Scandinavian thing in a way. They've been so legendary. He's just struggling to win points behind his service.
Anton Shilberry has made improvements with ball in hand. That is something. Still not a huge success rate, but it's getting better. Oh, well, then that happens.
Diminishes any kind of ball. That one was not easy to deal with. It was fizzing with spin, it was shallow. You've got to make your mind up very quickly. Shidong did. He knew with racket speed and correct timing he could come over that one. That was scary.
10-7.
Got too much for him in the open play here.
Oh, you just can't put him away.
Look at this defence.
Well done, Anton Shilberry. You'll seldom work harder for a point than that.
Pinning him on the backhand side. Look at this 360 lob from Shidong. Then the backhand arc shot. Oh, the timing right off the bounce. That was a stone-cold finish from Anton Shilberry.
Still 2 game points for Shidong.
9-10.
Just the one now.
It's a best of 7, but at 3-0 down, you'd have to write him off. The difference this game could make.
Timeout, Lin.
And that will be why Shidong has chosen to take a pause. Time out.
想让你也想让你稳定摆着这球是吧？自己就想好，对不对？如果说我摆了他，他一个是上来戳你防守长，我正常这一下能不能冲，对不对？这是一个自己现在打的这种控制非常好啊。一个是这种想好，这种不用去没事，非不用去搏的，对不对？这个再一个，如果你身体摆短，要防止他上来这种他去搏你这种。他用一个如果说他这一下他摆完你这一下，我想好。 是我直接快腿在这跑，我直接反抽他，还是这事儿啊，没关系，哎，人下自己想好这种发球啊，他现在你看，你发这个钩子，他现在有意识让你的这种空间，让你们放慢，他这样去就往这抽你这个要就算了啊，现在很好，哎，人现在非常好，还是心定啊，想好这一下，你就衔接就可以了啊，很好，come on，相信自己啊。
Not an enormously tactical timeout, that really the essence of the advice seemed to be keep your mind clear. You can do it, just make your decision and implement it.
I know we're talking about Wang Hao here, but he knows that Shidong is already a table tennis genius. He knows how to convert, just about relaxing his player in this stressful situation.
11-9. And the device has worked wonders because he's now just one away from the title.
It's a greasy backhand, but Lin Shidong is able to play the forehand even when pushed away.
11-9 in a tight third game. He needs just one more now, the world number 2. He can find a way to get back into this. Surely he's got to believe, Anton Shellberry.
There is always a chance. But from 3-0 down, it's going to be tough against a man who is everywhere at once at times. That was a highlight moment, though. He's got to look to take pieces of positivity where he can. Adamoto came down from 3-0 down at the champions in the European Summer Series. Wasn't able to do it against Felix Lebrun. What about Shellberry here against Lin Shidong? He's beaten Wang Chuqin. The second only ever time that he was defeated in straight games. He's beaten one of the 2 Chinese players here. Lin Shidong, he faces in this final.
Back to serve. Love.
There is hope. It's going to be very, very difficult.
Love 1.
It's game number 4. Is it going to be a straight games win and another title for the extraordinary Lin Shidong?
Cool off.
He's got this ability, Lin Shidong, to constantly find ways to break patterns, to go against the grain. He'll be expecting some kind of fight back here from Anton Shellberry. Hit the top edge of his racket on the way through, but still doesn't take away from the impressiveness of this Lin Shidong backhand.
6 of 8 have gone his way.
1-3. That 1-3. Let 1-3. Let 1-3.
See the precision of the service here. We often say if it's any lower, it'll be a let.
We've had a lot of lets in the match from Shellberry, indicative of how he knows he can't give him a sniff of anything.
That's right, the precision that it takes to deny Lin Shidong a comfortable opportunity means that you feel pressure before you've even served, before the rally's even began. Because what he can do in his power play is something to behold. He really got on the radar of so many players at the Star Contender Goa last year. And he dismantled Felix Lebrun en route to getting to the men's singles final. We knew he'd be special when we watched that event. And he's getting better and better all the time.
Let 4-2. 4-all.
The tight start to game number 4. How accomplished the young man from Danzhou has proven at turning a tight game into an emphatic one. Can he do it again here? Can Shellberry
4-all.
manage to push in front?
4-5.
Trying to serve more into the forehand here. More difficult to trap a spinny serve with the forehand touch than it is to try and play a flick.
5-all.
Haven't seen so many long serves from Anton Shellberry. Benefit of the long serve is you won't have as big of a third ball compound movement to make to play the shot.
Oh,
5-6.
yes. Really well done. He's giving a really decent effort here, Anton Shellberry, giving all he has.
This one from the Charles Morgard handbook. What a chop block.
And look at that, 6 of the last 8 have been the Swedes. But those are the kinds of points that he almost always wins.
His success rate, when a bit further back, is as high as it is close to the table. The sweet spot of his strokes are sublime. You don't know when he's on the front foot or the back foot.
It could be going into another game. They could all be over in moments.
Tobias Bergman looking a little bit ruffled here. He'll be delighted by the fact that Shellberry has managed to make history here. Newly appointed head coach of Sweden after the retirement of the legendary world champion Jörgen Persson.
Thank you, players are ready.
Trying to get Lin Shidong out to that wide forehand instantaneously. A more positive approach to that shovel serve.
Nonetheless, Anton Shellberry is only 2 points away from improbably extending this match. Well, improbable is how he's played this entire event. So you just never know.
He's done it.
3 game points.
Right down the line. Thank you very much to Anton Shellberry.
Oh, that's clever.
This flick. Oh, wow. One of the highest difficulty shots to play, that Chiquita. A banana flick.
And did it look difficult when he did it? Not at all. All the crowd roaring on Anton Shellberry in the nation that he calls home and has done for so long. This one's going on. It's not done yet. 1 game back. First one on the board. Anton Shellberry. Did you see this one coming? He did. He never stopped believing. Anton Shellberg, 11-8.
Jävlar, de slår bara maten bara på liksom. Kan du gå lika aggressivt som sista, då är det bara att göra det. Ha en låtvåldsamhet också när vi gör det vad liksom. För det man ser det på honom, han tycker det är jobbigt när du smyger igen och kommer rätt nära i försvaret så också. Han gillar ju hellre kanske att du gasar på sen vänder han på den. Så det kan inte vara super tajt och första två slagen hela tiden. Alla retur in, alla första attacker. Sen fan, slå dig den vägen. Kör vi Anton. Ta den nu.
Waiting to be claimed, but the wait goes on for Shidong. One hand on the trophy, but that's all. Well done, Anton Shellberg.
Fifth game,
He gets his first game. Still, there's no question who the favourite is.
One love.
And the volume is raising all the time here in the Infinity Arena. I think Shidong was shaken a little bit in Montpellier when he faced Felix Lebrun by the noise.
Who wouldn't have been? I mean, what an atmosphere. And a good lesson to learn as a young player, how to deal with that. Because that's part of sports, that's how crowds are. That's what you want, a big atmosphere, a big occasion.
And it's happening as a result of the fact that, you know, a lot of players from outside China are challenging the Chinese A-listers. There seems to be a bit of vulnerability right now. Ma Long getting closer to retirement. Fan Zhendong taking a break. Lin Gaoyuan and Liang Jinquin showing that they can be beaten. So Shidong is the hope for Team China going forward. Feels like it's hanging on by a thread, the Chinese dominance. He has to have these captain qualities. This is why he was chosen. He is an old head on very young shoulders.
But he is taking on one of the very toughest in Anton Shellberg. He's brilliant, isn't he? Quickly injecting pace.
Against balls that aren't even long. And that's barely half long from Anton Shellberg, but Shidong makes it look like a rubbish touch. So much pressure on you to make quality touch and push play against Shidong.
Let 4-3.
He doesn't even need to be behind the ball with the backhand to produce a winner. Good idea from the Swede, trying to vary the speed and spin, create a little bit of hesitation, but crystal clear in the mind. Shidong continuing to try and find that crossover, the temptation zone. We know that Shellberg feels like he can impose himself a little bit more with his forehand. He can beat many players backhand to backhand, the Swede, but not Shidong.
A look of focus and of concern, a shake of the head. A look of steel, of determination, of belief.
Bet 5-4.
look of disgust from Lin Shidong. It was a pretty aggressive push, but Shalberry comes up the back of that ball so nicely with his backhand. Interesting moment in this final.
6-5.
He said after his semi-final win, Lin Shidong, that he didn't really mind which of the two he faced because he knew that whoever took him on, it was going to be a wonderful occasion. It's obvious that this young man has studied the game. It's obvious that he has great respect for both of these great Swedish players. But it's also obvious that respect does not turn to fear.
Oh, of course. It's a fine line, isn't it, between respecting your opponent and respecting them too much. China are so successful because they create more internal pressure than any other team. But when you get selected, when you're here playing a threat, you can treat it like it is a training match.
Internal pressure. Ask Wong Chu-chin about the pressure Lin Shidong's putting on him.
7-6.
Again, he can be used in mixed doubles too with Kwai Man, so even Wong Chu-chin and Sun Ying-sha as a pair aren't that safe.
He's nudging towards victory. Is he seizing control at just the right time here, Lin Shidong? 6 of the last 8 for the teenager.
Playing a few really good points here, Anton Shalberry, but getting nothing to show for it. That backhand from Lin Shidong, so compact.
9-7.
He's had some good success against Team China stars of late, even more than Moregard in a way.
Can he find a way to have even more success against Team China here? Can he possibly turn this game around? He's 2 points away from the end of the contest. Make that one. Championship points for Lin Shidong. It's nearly his. Close enough to touch. But not yet.
Thought outside the box there, Anton Shalberry. Made it look like he might have touched. Comes through the ball flat.
The sands of table tennis time are shifting. The teenager from Hainan Island raises the mast, hoists the mainsail, charts a course for the great port city of Fukuoka. He's the beach boy. He's the captain of the ship. He's Lin Shidong, and he's heading your way.
We are looking at the truth of table tennis here in Lin Shidong. What a player. He's